Good morning, Little Masters, and welcome back to today's Tolkien Times. I'm the Man of the West, also from the Prancing Pony podcast. Let's keep week 26 going with today's Tolkien Tuesday. I really enjoyed spending Series 3 in Tolkien and the Great War, supplemented by Carpenter's biography, exploring Tolkien's college years. Since then, though, the new volume of Tolkien's letters was released, and I'm going to spend Series 4 and possibly Series 5 as well, sharing and discussing some of the new content. Today, though, we're going to do a little bit of an introduction. The original volume of letters, the letters of J.R.R. Tolkien, was published in 1981, edited by Humphrey Carpenter, who had published Tolkien's biography in 1977, and Christopher Tolkien. It contained 354 letters and has proven, as you already know, to be an invaluable resource for everyone from casual fans to lifelong Tolkien scholars ever since. But in November of last year, HarperCollins released a revised and expanded edition of the letters, adding 154 letters to bring the total to 508, while also updating and extending 45 of the existing letters. Well, you might have noticed that Humphrey Carpenter and Christopher Tolkien are still listed as the editors, but neither of them are with us any longer. So how did that happen? Well, it turns out this is more than just a revised and expanded edition. What it really is a fully restored first edition. As it turns out, Humphrey Carpenter and Christopher Tolkien had gone to Allen and Unwin, the publishers at that time, with a lot more. Chris Smith, the Tolkien editor at HarperCollins, writes in the foreword to this new volume. Rayner Unwin's view then was that if they wished to appeal to as wide a readership as possible, the book would need to be affordable. Despite Humphrey's prodigious effort to distill many hundreds of letters into an accessible digest, the final word count of the selection still numbered more than 250,000 words. The practical limitations of typesetting dictated that this could only be published as a single, heavy, expensive volume, or as an even pricier 2-volume set. So, Humphrey and Christopher went back to work, trimming the typescript, going back and forth on what to cut. Smith even gives us some insight to that process, saying their correspondence of that time reflects the challenges they faced and the lengthy discussions they had in arriving at a final cut that retained the essence of Humphrey's original selection. Disagreements were surprisingly few, although the decision over the inclusion or not of a single comma in one sentence was cordially debated across several letters. So eventually they cut the word count by some 50,000 words, that's no small number, and the volume was published. Then, before his passing, Christopher told his publishers that he still had a set of the original selections. So HarperCollins got to work on this. Now, lots of other people were involved. Bailey Tolkien provided correspondence and notes from her late husband Christopher's collection. The Tolkien estate, along with Christopher's estate, as well as Catherine McIlwain, the Tolkien archivist at the Bodleian, all helped add some editorial notes. And the incredible team of Wayne G. Hammond and Christina Scull created an updated and much more thorough index. Now, I am really, really excited to share some of my favorite new material with you from this revised and updated edition of Letters. For now, though, this wraps up this week's Tolkien Tuesday. Be sure to join me again next week as we dive into this treasure trove. Please visit patreon.com/Tolkien Times to learn how you can support the show and get an ad-free feed, a monthly hangout with me, a bonus weekly episode, and a lot more. And join me again tomorrow on today's Tolkien Times for an exciting Word Nerd Wednesday. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, please be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Please follow or subscribe in your podcast apps and follow at Tolkien Times on all the social media channels. Finally, as Faramir says, go with the goodwill of all good men.